Hey there, friends, Nibs again. Out here in the garage today, doing a little bit of goofing around. Actually, not a lot of goofing around. Doing a lot of putting stuff away. But had an awesome time. Got to go over to the Baldwinsville, New York airgun show. I think it was the 32nd or 33rd annual. This is only my third time going. I believe it was my third time going. Um, but had just an awesome time. Took Friday off from work. Spent all day Friday over there, all day Saturday over there. It is Sunday afternoon. I am just barely getting unpacked, but I wanted to get out here and just do a follow-up. Picked up some really awesome deals on some amazing air guns. A couple of gifts too, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes as well. But I did want to say, it was just, even if I hadn't bought a single one, just the camaraderie, the fellowship, meeting some old friends, meeting some brand new friends, shook so many hands, handed out so many stickers, sold a couple of t-shirts. I got to order a couple of t-shirts for some of our fellow friends that can't wear a large or extra large, but that's all I had in my stock. But special thanks to Mr. Chris. Him and his wife were just very gracious to me and the gifts that they gave me. He sent me home every show I've seen him at. He sent me home with a box full of pellets. This time he sent me home with a box full of knives and multi-tools to go towards our channel giveaways. Really start getting back into that. One thing of note that I really love that he gifted to me was a brand new Wheeler gunsmithing kit, and I've already been using it, Mr. Chris, so rest assured this will get much use out here in the garage. Yeah, so I don't want to start naming off a bunch of names because I'll leave somebody out and then somebody will be disappointed. But I met so many old friends that I haven't talked to in a while. But let's get into what we got. So I really do want to thank the American Legion post there in Baldwinsville for sponsoring and helping us, letting us put on this airgun show. This is, like I said, I think it's been there all 32 or 33 years. It's always the last weekend or third weekend in July, I think it is. Anyway, but we have so I have a couple that need repaired, and I bought them knowing they needed repaired, resealed, and several that do work. So let's talk about the couple that don't work first, that are still smokers. But this one is an absolute stunner of a rifle. This is a Walther LG55. And if you notice, there's a screw missing there. I've already started taking it apart, put it back together enough to show you guys on camera here, but it does need a seal. It needs a reseal. I've already looked it up. JG Airguns has it for a reasonable price, and I'll be ordering that this week. But Walther LG55, they came out in 1955. From what I can tell, this is an early model. The later models would have had a safety on them, but this one has no safety. So I believe this one to be an early model. They came out in 55. They ran up into the early 70s from what I've read. But this one, again, it's not making any power. And when you've got a Springer that's not making any power, the seal's blown on it, it's almost as bad, or maybe even worse, than dry firing them. You'll actually just beat the daylights out of the head of that piston, and I don't want to have any more damage that may have already been done to the head of that piston. So, so now this next one was one that I knew I was going to get. I had already actually been in a conversation with our buddy Russ over at Daisy Lever Gun Fund. And he picked this one up thinking I would really want it, told me he didn't have much in it, and that he would sell it to me for a really good price because it did need seals. But after we had discussed it and agreed that I would purchase this from him, the opportunity did come up for me to actually purchase another one that actually did work. So what we have here is a Rochester precision air rifle. So this, and you guys have seen my video on this one. These were made by a company called Monroe Gasket, which previously, before they went out on their own, Monroe Gasket actually supplied Crosman with seals for their guns, the 100, 101, or the 10, it would just be the 101, 102 at that point, which is the 22 caliber version, multi-pump, and the 102 is a multi-feed. Then Monroe Gasket said, well, we can do that, and started making their own. That one may just need a pump cup. I don't know. I'm going to play around with that. If it needs more than that, I'll probably send it over to Henry Ford down at Crossman 600 Repair. But I'm just going to throw a shot down range with the one that I already have that does work, so you can see how it works. We played around with this one a lot out at the range over there at the airgun show. Everybody loved it. It was very accurate too. I was hitting stuff out at 25 and 30 yards pretty easily. All right, I just have a group of splatter bursts there. But that was the one I was aiming at. But so that is pretty cool. I've been searching for one of those for a couple of years now, and now I've picked up two of them in the last, literally within the last month. That one there was part of a deal. I bought the Crosman Model 104, which was the very rare 177 version of the multi-feed multi-pumper from Crosman. And then I was talking with the owner of the store, and he said he had more. Give him a call. I ended up getting a Buck Jones, Daisy Buck Jones, and that Rochester there from him as well. So that was a pretty nice score there. So now I have, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3 more. Yeah, 3 more pellet rifles. I didn't buy any pistols, but I was gifted a couple more pistols from Mr. Chris. And then I have a funny one for you to save till the end. Let's do the pistols first. So I've repaired a couple of pistols for Mr. Chris, and he was appreciative of that. So he gifted me this. I guess he's got a couple of these. He bought them back in the 80s or 90s or whatever he said. He couldn't remember exactly when, but this is the Indian, which was imported by Air Force International. And this one is very interesting. You actually cock it by pulling this handle over like that. And you can see that little rod come out the end. Then you can bring it back around. And that opens up this loading gate. Put your pellet back there. Then you push that back shut. And now you got to close that gate. That's pretty accurate. So that one works. The other one he gave me does not work. He had bought himself a Bicol, the MP IZH64, like the one that I have. I think he bought it because I had it, but he got it in and it did not work. Gave it to me Friday night, brought it home here. I fixed it, took it back to him on Saturday, and I think he already had this in mind, but he said he was giving me this for working on his IZH. So now this is the Smith & Wesson. I already have a Smith & Wesson 79. I think I might have 2 of them. I'm not sure, but I did not have a Smith & Wesson 78, which is the 22 caliber version. And this one is in very, very nice condition, but he said it definitely needs a reseal. So I will be contacting Henry Ford and asking him if he can send me over a reseal kit for that. So that is pretty cool. Let me see, there's something. So this one does have the adjuster in the front here. I believe these ones, the early versions had the adjuster in the front, and then they deleted that in later versions to save on machining. So that's pretty cool. So so those are the couple of pistols that I brought home from that that show. I didn't buy them, but another pistol that I'm not sure exactly how we're going to work this out, but a local friend at a gun store contacted me, asked me if I could sell some of the air guns that they had in the store, and I did pretty good. I brought home a couple, but I did sell quite a bit for him as well. But this one he actually handed to me, and it was it is broken. I think I can fix it, but it is a really, really nice high score, and it is I believe Randy told me it was a model 802 with the multi-shot magazine. The cocking shoe is broken on this. I don't know if there's anything else wrong with it. I can't test it any further until I fix that cocking shoe. But I got to talk over with the owner of these guns to figure out what he wants to do with them before I do anything further with them. So let's see. I'm going to go in the order that I bought these, and several of these are from Mr. Chris's bad influence on me. One of them I bought on my own, but the other two, this one and the next one you'll see, he influenced me. I'm sure he had to wrench my arm up far behind my back to talk me into it, but this is a really cool gun. The seller that was there had a pair of these. This one is 22 version, and Mr. Chris bought the 177 version. But this is a Beeman model C1. It was made in Great Britain by Webley and Scott for Beeman. Apparently, from what I've been told, this was actually a design that that Dr. Beeman dreamed up himself and then commissioned Webley and Scott in Great Britain to build for him. But this one is a, like I said, 22 version, and we'll see how it goes. This one is pretty tough to cock. I'm not sure if this one's been beefed up or whatever. The one that Mr. Chris had, the 177, was quite a bit less hard to cock. It does have a safety, but it's not an automatic safety. But it's not really loud. I definitely could stand for some spring tar. This one, like I said, is a 22 caliber version. Shooting some JTSs here. But not bad at all. So Mr. Chris got the 177 version, looks identical to this. And I'm not exactly sure when these were made. I'm guessing in the 90s probably, but I haven't been able to find any exact reference for when that was made. Now the next one I think is actually pretty cool as well, and I don't know, what did I do with those, the ammunition for it? I had them, oh here they are here, okay. So now this next one is a really, really cool, notice this knob here, bloop. It's already cocked. I think I can decock this, let me see. Nope, I guess I can't. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, I didn't want to, I know I need to load this magazine, but what we have here is a Hanel model 310, and these are very, very cool. This one says it was made in GDR, which is the German Democratic Republic, which is what East Germany called itself when it was East Germany. So we know this thing was made before 1989. I do have a Model 311 right down here as well, which also said it was made in East Germany. So a little back and forth there. It uses this little tiny magazine, and this actually uses a very proprietary sized, you can't use standard size BBs in there. Standard size BBs are like 4.5 millimeter. These little lead shot, and Mr. Chris has a bunch of these, bunch of tins of these, and he's going to send me a couple, which will keep me busy for a long time. Probably won't shoot this a ton. I mean, you know, it'll be one of those ones I take out a couple times a year and play around with, and maybe I'll do a head-to-head with the Tom Palmers or something. But this little magazine will hold 6. Probably, I don't know if I'll shoot all 6. We've got a thunderstorm rolling in. I can hear they said they were calling for them early this morning. And it is muggy and sweaty. But so I put 5 in there so far. So this little tiny magazine slips right here in the bottom. And then you flip that handle up, cock it back. Now it was already cocked, so hopefully I didn't just double feed it. But let's shoot for that same splatter burst we were just shooting the Beeman at. Just a little high. Same hole as the last one. Just a little high there, but that's not too bad. We were shooting this guy, and I had my gong that I like to take out to the range. I brought that over there with me, and I had that out at 25. It was like 30, right around 30 yards. We had a maximum of 45 yards, so I think I had the gong right about 30 yards, and I was able to hit that gong every time with this. It was so cool. Lobbing those little BBs out there at 30 yards. But pretty nice shape. It's got a couple little scratches right there. But overall, very, very nice. All right, so the last rifle, I think, is probably the biggest stunner of them all out of the rifles. But it is a very, very cool. So this initially started out as a British design from a company called Sterling, from what I understand. And then Benjamin Sheridan actually bought the rights to this design and began producing them themselves. This one is marked as a Benjamin Sheridan, so it is a Benjamin Sheridan production and not a Great Britain production one. But what we have here is a Sterling model HR81. This is a 177. They did have this in 22 caliber as well, and they also maybe 20 caliber too. I don't recall 100%. But they also had another model called the HR83, which would have been basically the same gun, but with some checkering on the stock and a Williams peep sight instead of this buckhorn sight back here. But the way you load this is you actually flip this bolt action up, and it's spring loaded, pops back, and there's a little cutout right here to load your pellet in. This one is, like I said, 177. Close your bolt. Now it is an under lever, and I think I'd like it. It just used a Williams FP sight, so I think I might dig one of those up, or I know I have a couple of them in the garage already. Okay, I don't know where that went. Ooh, we got some dieseling going on. I think it went high. Did hear a bounce back, so at least it didn't go through my garage door. I was only shooting this at a longer ranges, so. All right, I'm gonna shoot at the lower splatter burst there. All right, I'm not sure where it's going, so I know it was hitting spot on at longer ranges, but here in the garage, I can't tell where it's going, so I don't want to run the risk of shooting my camera or blowing a hole in my garage door. So it's probably hitting low is my guess, and but it is a stunner of a gun, just absolutely gorgeous. The bluing on these was amazing, and this one is no slouch. The walnut stock is beautiful. All right, we're getting along here, so let's wrap it up with. And Randy said I could do this, so I wasn't going to do this, but he said yes, do that. So, and I'm going to do some separate videos on these. But as we were cleaning up from the show, somebody noticed this roll of rags sitting out on the bench, out on the picnic table, and one of the ladies went out and grabbed it, and lo and behold, it had some very nice air pistols rolled up in the. So we've got a high score target model, very similar to that one I already showed you. I wonder if Randy would notice if the cocking shoe was missing on this one. Just kidding. So this, I think, is an 801 because it is a single shot. But let me get the 3 out, and then we will. And then one of these, I think there's two high scores and a daisy here. So we've got a daisy model 1. I think that's the 177. Is that what that is? Yeah, the 177. I was actually playing with that. It's a very accurate little BB pistol. And Randy's wife was more worried about the t-shirts. But this one is a very rare high score. It actually is a snub nose, and it also is a single shot. I think he told me this one was an 803. This one's a this one looks like it's okay. This was a 22 caliber, but this one actually, watch this. You could it actually would come when they came as a kit. It would come with a 177 and a 22 caliber barrel, and it would allow you to switch them out. And right now, all he has is for this one is the. See what mine is missing, or mine's broken on mine, is this little piece right here, this cocking shoe. And I need to see if I can reproduce that, or try. I've been searching to see if I can find one online to buy, but so far I haven't been able to find anything. But let's see if I can hit anything with this. A little bit of smoke, so it's got a little release latch right there. Cock it, close it, open the shutter up, throw a pellet down inside there, close the shutter back up. All right. Upper. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I was shooting at that middle one just so in case it was high or low, we would at least get on paper. But that is the High Score Sportster. And like I said, I believe Randy told me that was a model 803. Now this white one, again, is a model 800. I believe he told me. This one is in 177. Same deal, you push that forward, cock it open, grab a 177 pellet here. Again, drop it in the back, close the shutter. Let's go to same top one there. Not sure where that went. Oh, here comes the rain, which is good. My lawn needed it bad. Okay, I think that first one went in the same hole as the 22 caliber one, because I see that last shot's just below it. Let's do one more. Ah, crap. But I actually talked to Randy on the phone after the show. He was already halfway back home, and but I will get these back in the mail to him shortly. He said, why don't you do a review on them while you got them? Darn the bad luck, I get to play with more BB guns. But and then we've got, last but not least, the Daisy 177. In my experience with these, it takes a couple of shots to kind of get things loosened up and rolling. Looks like they're going high. I was shooting this thing at like 15 yards and was able to hit. Oh yeah, it's definitely going high. Let me aim a little low here. I was hitting the paper at that point, but there you go. That is pretty cool. Mine, I do have one of these. Mine's not in nearly as nice a shape as this, but it works. So, but really cool stuff. Had an awesome time. Hope you guys stuck around till the end. I really appreciate everybody being out there. Got to play with a lot of good, cool Tom Palmers. Me and Mr. Chris brought all our Tom Palmers out there and just had a blast with that as well. So it was an awesome time. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.